In the world of K-pop, where schedules are tight and promises often get buried under waves of commitments, a single act of sincerity can stand out as something rare and beautiful. Such was the case when Jin of BTS fulfilled a promise he had made to Wendy of Red Velvet, a gesture that has been widely praised by fans and Korean media alike as a testament to his integrity and gentlemanly character. It all began with a simple but heartfelt commitment. According to Wendy's revelation on SBS Power FM's 2 o'clock Escape Cultuo show, Jin had promised that if he ever appeared on a radio program, it would be hers. He told her this long before any plans were even made. When Wendy later featured in a song, Jin made sure to honor his word, not by coincidence or mere politeness, but through deliberate action. He contacted his agency ahead of time, informed them about his decision, and had the appearance added to his schedule before Wendy could even make a request. This act of initiative, subtle yet powerful, immediately caught the attention of both fans and industry insiders, reigniting admiration for Jin's reputation as one of the most genuine figures in K-pop. The story was soon picked up by various Korean entertainment outlets, including Dispatch, Star News, and Sports Chosen, all of which praised Jin's unwavering sense of loyalty and professionalism. Media commentators highlighted how rare it is for an artist of his stature, especially one from a global phenomenon like BTS, to remember and fulfill such a promise personally, rather than through company arrangements or promotional agendas. For many, it reflected not only Jin's kindness, but also the moral discipline that has defined him since his debut. Jin BTS shows what true integrity means in the entertainment industry, wrote Sports Soul. He didn't do it for publicity or fanfare. He did it because he said he would. That's the kind of reliability that sets him apart. A promise made is a promise kept. The publication also noted that Jin's approach mirrors the values he has consistently shown throughout his career: humility, warmth, and respect for others regardless of status. Wendy herself spoke about the moment with visible gratitude and admiration. During her radio show appearance, she couldn't hide her surprise when Jin's agency contacted her first. "Before I could even ask, they said, 'Wendy SSI, he has decided to appear,'" she recounted with a smile. "I was so thankful. Jin kept his promise. He told me he would come, and he really did." Her tone carried genuine respect, not just as a colleague, but as a friend who had witnessed a rare act of sincerity in an industry where words can often be fleeting. The news of this small but meaningful gesture spread rapidly online, with fans from both fandoms, ARMY and Riva Love, flooding social media platforms with messages of admiration. Hashtags like #JinTheGentleman, #WendyYoungStreet, and #JinAndWendy began trending on X, formerly Twitter, across South Korea, Japan, and several Southeast Asian countries. Comments poured in praising Jin's maturity and consistency, with fans calling him the definition of class and a man who honors his word even when the world forgets. Korean culture places great value on loyalty and sincerity, traits that have historically been associated with trustworthiness and moral strength. This context made Jin's actions resonate even more deeply with the public. Unlike grand gestures or staged publicity stunts, his promise-keeping moment carried the quiet dignity of someone who values his word more than the spectacle of fame. Many fans noted that this is precisely why Jin has maintained such a strong reputation not only as an artist but as a person. He's always been the same since debut. One online commenter wrote, "No matter how famous he becomes, Jin never forgets to treat people with warmth and honesty. That's why even other idols respect him." Indeed, Jin's interactions with fellow artists over the years, whether mentoring younger idols, supporting colleagues behind the scenes, or simply maintaining genuine friendships, have earned him a reputation as the gentle senior of K-pop. Media analysts also pointed out that Jin's timing made the gesture even more admirable. Having completed his military service and preparing for BTS's long-awaited group activities, his schedule was reportedly packed with upcoming projects and brand collaborations. Yet, amidst all these commitments, he found time to keep a promise that might have seemed small in comparison to global-scale promotions. That kind of personal attention, journalists noted, is what differentiates genuine humility from mere professionalism. Entertainment reporter Kim Ji-won from the Korea Herald wrote, "In an age where celebrity interactions are often carefully curated by agencies, Jin BTS reminds us what authenticity looks like. He didn't need cameras or PR teams to do this. He remembered a promise and acted on it. That's the kind of sincerity fans never forget." This sentiment echoed across international fan communities as well. Western K-pop media outlets like All K-pop and Simpy translated Wendy's story and featured it as a headline, noting that Jin's gentlemanly gesture embodies why BTS's members continue to command global respect beyond music charts. The coverage emphasized how the smallest acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, inspiring others in the industry to value integrity as much as image. As for Wendy, the moment seemed to deepen her appreciation for Jin as a person, not just as a superstar. During the broadcast, she mentioned how touched she was by his effort and how easy it was to talk to him during the show. Their conversation, filled with laughter and natural chemistry, gave listeners a glimpse into a friendship built on mutual respect and shared experiences as veteran idols navigating fame. The broadcast itself became one of the most streamed episodes of Wendy's Young Street in recent months, with clips circulating widely across social media. Beyond entertainment, cultural commentators interpreted Jin's action as a reflection of broader human values often overlooked in fast-paced modern life: reliability, gratitude, and the power of keeping one's word. When you think about it, wrote columnist Lee Sun-ho in Jongang-ilbo, Jin's gesture resonates because it reminds us of something simple: promises matter. Whether you are a global superstar or an ordinary person, integrity is what sustains respect. Jin BTS didn't just appear on a show. He reaffirmed the importance of sincerity in a world that often rewards performance over principle. Fans also reminisced about Jin's past gestures that showed similar values. Many recalled when he stayed late after events to greet staff members, sent food trucks to colleagues, or went out of his way to thank producers and backup dancers during concerts. Such acts of gratitude have long defined his reputation, and Wendy's recent story added another layer to that narrative, not as an isolated event, but as part of a consistent pattern of kindness. Interestingly, even non-fans praised him. On community boards like the Kuh and Nate Pan, several commenters, who identify themselves as casual listeners or fans of other groups, wrote that they were moved by his genuine heart. One post read, "This is why BTS's success feels different. They're not just talented, they're good people." And Jin's promise to Wendy proves that again. Meanwhile, entertainment analysts highlighted that moments like this play a crucial role in maintaining public trust in idols. In an industry often criticized for manufactured images and scripted interactions, authenticity becomes a currency of its own. What Jin did might seem simple, said Professor Kang Hae-jin of Seoul National University's Department of Media Studies. But symbolically, it's powerful. It reinforces the idea that sincerity still has a place in fame, that even in a system built on image management, truthfulness can shine through. As the buzz continued, both Jin and Wendy received waves of support from fans across various platforms. ARMY expressed pride in Jin's consistent reputation as the gentleman of BTS, while Revolove celebrated Wendy's heartfelt acknowledgement of his kindness. The two fandoms even collaborated on fan projects celebrating their friendship, with digital artworks, streaming challenges, and joint hashtags that further amplified the story. The story also reignited discussion about Jin's character during his earlier career years. When BTS first debuted, Jin was often described as the polite one, someone who always bowed to staff, greeted reporters personally, and spoke softly even during chaotic press conferences. Those who worked with him frequently commented on his reliability. One former SBS staff member, who had helped produce Young Street in previous years, reportedly said, "Jin is exactly the same now as he was back then, humble, thoughtful, and always keeping his promises." The Korean entertainment world can be fast-moving, and attention often shifts from one headline to another in a matter of hours. Yet, this particular story seemed to linger, resonating with audiences for days after the broadcast. It wasn't just a piece of celebrity news. It was a reminder of something profoundly human. Jin's fulfillment of a small, personal promise to Wendy became a symbol of integrity amid fame, proof that humility and sincerity can exist even in the glittering chaos of K-pop superstardom. In the end, the phrase, "he kept his word," became more than a catchy headline. It became a reflection of Jin's enduring values, the same values that have earned him admiration from colleagues, fans, and even critics. For Wendy, it was an unforgettable experience. For the audience, it was a story worth retelling. And for Jin, it was simply another day of living by the principles he has always stood for.